Have you ever wondered why some people seem to stick to their habits effortlessly, while others struggle? Welcome to the fascinating world of habit building, a realm where the mundane meets the profound, where our daily routines shape our destiny. Habits, those repetitive actions we perform, sometimes unconsciously, are the invisible architects of our lives. They dictate our routines, influence our decisions, and ultimately define who we are. In the grand tapestry of our existence, habits are the threads that weave together the fabric of our daily lives. They are the silent gears that keep the machinery of our lives running smoothly. From the moment we wake up to the moment we drift off to sleep, we are engaging with habits. The way we brush our teeth, the route we take to work, the time we spend scrolling through social media. These are all habits, some beneficial, others not so much. Our lives are a reflection of our habits, and the quality of our lives hinges on the quality of our habits. Good habits can propel us towards success, while bad habits can steer us towards failure. The key is identifying which habits serve us and which ones don't, and that's where the real challenge lies. But what if we told you that there's a method to the madness? That there's a science to habit building, a formula that can transform the struggle into a seamless process? Intriguing, isn't it? In this enlightening journey, we're going to delve deep into the world of habit building. We'll uncover the science behind habits, understand why habits fail, and reveal strategies that can make habit building a successful endeavor. We're not just talking about changing habits, we're talking about changing lives. So, are you ready to embark on this transformative journey? Are you ready to master the art and science of habit building and create a life that truly reflects your aspirations and dreams? Stay tuned to discover the secret sauce of successful habit building. Let's delve into the science behind habits. At the heart of every habit lies a simple cycle: cue, routine, and reward. This three-step process is the basis of how we form and follow habits, whether we're aware of it or not. First comes the cue. This is a trigger that tells your brain to go into automatic mode. It could be anything: a location, a time of day, an emotional state, or even a sequence of thoughts. For instance, if you have a habit of going for a run in the morning, the cue might be seeing your running shoes next to the door. Next is the routine. This is the behavior itself, the habit you perform. In our running example, the routine is the act of running. It's what you do after the cue triggers your brain. Finally, we have the reward. This is the part of the cycle that helps your brain decide if this particular habit is worth remembering for the future. The reward could be the endorphin rush you get after a good run, or the satisfaction of checking off a task from your to-do list. Now you might be wondering, why do our brains go to the trouble of forming habits? Well, habits allow our brains to conserve energy. When a behavior becomes a habit, the brain doesn't have to work as hard to perform it, freeing up mental resources for other tasks. But what makes habits so powerful? The answer lies in a neurotransmitter called dopamine. Dopamine is often associated with pleasure, but its main role is to encourage us to pursue the activities that meet our needs. When we perform a habit that leads to a reward, our brain releases dopamine. This creates a sense of satisfaction and pleasure, which makes us want to repeat the behavior in the future. Understanding this cycle is the first step towards mastering your habits. Ever wondered why your New Year's resolutions never stick? It's a question that has plagued many of us, and the answer lies in understanding why habits fail. One of the most common reasons is setting unrealistic goals. When you aim too high, too fast, you might find the journey daunting and give up before even getting started. It's like trying to climb Mount Everest without any training. It's not going to end well. Another reason is lack of consistency. Habits are like muscles. They need to be exercised regularly to grow stronger. If you're not consistent, it's like going to the gym once and expecting to be fit. It just doesn't work that way. And then, there's the lack of motivation. Motivation is the fuel that keeps the habit-building engine running. Without it, you're like a car running on empty. You're not going to get very far. The key here is to set achievable goals, maintain consistency, and find your motivation. It's not about making big changes all at once, but rather, it's about making small, consistent changes over time. Avoid these pitfalls and you're on your way to successful habit building. Now that we know why habits fail, let's discuss how to make them stick. Building successful habits is not a walk in the park. It's more like climbing a mountain, but the view from the top is worth every step. So, how do we reach that peak? Let's explore some strategies. First, start small. Imagine trying to lift 100 pounds on your first day at the gym. Sounds overwhelming, doesn't it? The same logic applies to habit building. If you want to read more, start with a page a day, not a book. If you want to start jogging, start by walking around the block. By starting small, you reduce the intimidation factor, making the habit easier to stick to. Now, setting specific goals is the next strategy. Instead of saying, "I want to get fit," say, "I want to run a mile in 10 minutes." By making your goals specific, you give yourself a clear target to aim for. Remember, a ship without a destination is bound to get lost at sea. Next, let's talk about associating new habits with existing routines. This strategy is like building a bridge between what you already do and what you want to do. For instance, if you want to start meditating, do it right after brushing your teeth in the morning. By tying it to an existing routine, the new habit becomes a natural part of your day. Finally, rewarding yourself is crucial. Rewards create a positive association with your new habit. So, if you manage to read a chapter of a book, reward yourself with a cup of your favorite tea. If you jogged around the block, maybe a relaxing shower would do the trick. Rewards make the journey enjoyable, not just the destination. Let's bring these strategies to life with an example. Meet Sam. Sam wants to read more. So, he starts small by reading a page a day. His specific goal is to finish a book by the end of the month. He associates reading with his existing routine of having breakfast. And finally, he rewards himself with a few minutes of his favorite video game after reading. By using these strategies, Sam makes reading a pleasurable and consistent habit. These strategies aren't magical formulas, but they provide a solid foundation for successful habit building. They turn the insurmountable mountain into a climbable hill. With these strategies, you can transform your life one habit at a time. Building habits is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And as we wrap up this journey, let's take a moment to reflect on the ground we've covered. We began our exploration with an introduction to habit building, emphasizing the significance of small, consistent actions in shaping our daily lives. It's these tiny, seemingly insignificant habits that, over time, construct the broad strokes of our lifestyles, our identities, and ultimately our destinies. We then delved into the fascinating science behind habits, shedding light on how our brains create and reinforce these patterns of behavior. Understanding this intricate process is critical, as it gives us the power to consciously mold our habits and, in turn, our lives. But as we've learned, not all habits stick. We examined why habits often fail, highlighting common pitfalls like setting overly ambitious goals or neglecting to create a conducive environment for change. Acknowledging these challenges is the first step towards overcoming them. We also discussed various strategies for successful habit building. From leveraging the power of habit stacking to harnessing the might of positive reinforcement, these techniques provide us with a robust toolkit to create lasting change. But remember, this knowledge is only as valuable as the action it inspires. So, as we conclude, I encourage you to put these insights into practice. Start small, be consistent, and gradually build upon your successes. Remember, the key to successful habit building is consistency and patience. Start today and see the transformation in your life.